Best Wishes to All is a Japanese horror film. This one's on Shudder, and it was very hyped up. It was also got a really good review on RogerEbert.com, so that sort of caught my attention now that I have AMC's. It has a couple Shudder films on there. This one is about an unnamed college student. I'm going to call her Emiko, just because it's hard to call her unnamed student. Emiko comes to visit her grandparents in a rural sort of town. She is doing a nursing program and goes to hang out with her grandparents, and they have a sinister secret in the upstairs room, and she ignores it at first, but then finds a man up there, and he's tied to a mattress in his underwear, eyes and mouth sewn shut. So she decides to help this man with the help of an old friend. However, it's tied to the family's health, and this movie is basically one big metaphor for like eating or absorbing someone else's lifeblood, literally, in the film, in order to find happiness for yourself. And it's like a big metaphor about that, really. And it's really obtuse and a bit of a puzzle, but not scary. Honestly, they could have played up the film in a different way. Something that made me really alarmed was that this movie originally came out in 2022 or 2023, and it's only getting traction now. It is produced by Takashi Shimizu, who did The Grudge, the Japanese versions, and some other horror films, but he only produced this film, but they're trying to give this movie new life. Like 3 years after it came out, only on Shudder, and I don't feel like this movie definitely is worthy of the hype. It's definitely not scary, for starters, and as Emiko has to try to find a new victim for her family, it should be more of a parable about being married, I feel. If you were to do it instead of just finding someone, grabbing them randomly to suck out their lifeblood, it would be perfect for a vampire film. Or at least, at the very least, you could have the man be like the father, or he married into their family and they're using him to be happy. Almost like it would be if a stepfather, some people, they really have a really negative view about step parents. Like, if you have a stepfather, it's like, oh, you're just letting him marry you so he can take care of your kids because you're a deadbeat mom, or vice versa, where you're a single dad because your wife left, you suck. You're getting a new woman because you need her to help you raise your kid. And so if they were to maybe explore that sort of aspect instead, the movie would have more thematic heft. I kind of feel like the movie doesn't really. It's really aimless. They keep talking to her as if she's stupid, and they won't tell the audience what the old man is. He's kind of like not seen as human, but he is. But it's like a metaphor. It's almost like you need a human voodoo doll at all times to keep your own family safe and happy, and there's a lot of blood gushing and weird obtuse stuff happening, but it's not scary, and I really just didn't dig it. It's all just one big fable, but it's not a folk horror, really. And overall, I really just didn't vibe with this film. I understand what it was doing, but it kind of felt pretentious at times, because he was trying to have all this grandiose themes of sucking the lifeblood, but it didn't really have anything beyond that, really. It's just, you could have done anything else or add a little bit more to the world building to make it a little bit more cohesive. Instead, Emiko is just sort of wandering around town, realizing she's part of the family too. She's going to doom her family unless she does something, and they could have used that as a parable for having to get married, or needing to bring in someone into the family to help take care of your grandparents, and then they suck the life out of you. See, but they don't do that. So this movie, I feel, is a bit hollow, and I gave it a 2 out of 10.